posted before the family even knows that it happened.
Oh,
Hey, he's a bad man. He got on the windbreaker too.
Oh,
You ain't got this one. You ain't got this one.
Mr. Blair.
Oh.
Yo, Blair, we gotta get you one too. We gotta get you
Yeah,
one.
I need that.
Yeah,
Come
I got
on,
you.
baby.
I got you. Send me your information as soon as we get off. I got you.
I got you. Listen.
What's up,
Yeah,
OG?
come on, baby.
We go back.
Come on. I was anticipating this, baby. I'm like, come on, Rain. Come on, baby.
Yeah.
Come on.
You know I had to pull up.
So listen. So for all y'all that don't know, Rain produced this whole project.
Right.
Facts.
The whole project. Now, Rain, prior to you getting on, D not even sort of, he painted a beautiful picture on the inspiration and putting the project together. Like, you keeping your foot on his neck. Like, listen, man, I get it, but you're talented, right? Lyrical, good bro. Let's put this, let's do this, man. How was it working with D on this project?
Oh man, like he's an incredible lyricist. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes he doesn't realize how incredible he is. So I
Wow.
sometimes
Wow.
and it'd be crazy sometimes. I'm like, yo, and then until it's done, until the job is done, right?
Right.
Like, yo, knock this out real quick so we can go do this. I'm like, yo, you want me to write this complex story and these ideas in 10, 20 minutes? Because you could do it. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
Yeah.
Let's get it done so we can continue and move to the next thing. But yeah, so but you know, that's like the biggest, I think, for any producer, anybody who makes beats, man, like all you could wish for is to have somebody to just keep up with your pace and to sound good on your shit.
Right.
Like that's like the main thing. That's what we all do this for, is to like create some dope shit and partner up with somebody who just has that chemistry and understands the ideas and how you want them to sound on it. Because, you know, music is always and should always remain a collaborative effort. It's no lone genius that's doing everything on there by themselves. You know what I'm saying? So
now with that being said, right? So once again, this process of now, once again, I hate the terminology of this battle rapper, but this artist, right? You get in the studio, right? Y'all moving, y'all working. How hard was it to get him in zone of now saying, listen, we're strategically putting songs together? Was that a process?
No, I mean, probably like in the very beginning, like the first, like not this album. We got other projects also.
Right.
Probably the first project, it was kind of like trying to, you know, it's like when somebody already has their way of thinking and their way of creating, sometimes it takes just a lot of conversations.
Right.
You know, before we even get in the studio, understanding what this is, understand why we're doing it, right? So I think that was the hardest part in the beginning, was trying to get him to understand, like, yo, what you're able to do, people can't do this shit. So let's not worry about trying to do what them niggas is doing over there, right? Because we all get caught up in that. We want the money, so we look at the industry,
right.
You know, you thought I was feeling you? Like, we all want one of them joints that, like, go crazy. Like, you want one of them joints,
Yeah.
that, you know what I'm saying, that immediately go crazy. But at the same time, you know, the illest artists came from battle rap. DMX was a battle rapper. Jay-Z was a battle rapper. Like, these guys battled before they got... Eminem was a battle rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
2-minute battles. Like, so, yeah, once you realize that this is the cloth, like you were saying, like with the 90s beats, like, it's not even 90s beats. It's traditional music. It's hip-hop in its pure form, right? And, you know, once you realize that shit still works, then it's like, just do what you're passionate about.
I need y'all to stay on. We're gonna go on to the next joint. You rock with us?
Yeah. I'm here for a minute.
Let's go. Now this Uncle Cab shit right here. Oh man, I'm gonna go. This shit remind me. This shit took me back and shit. Matter of fact, Cab was me. Now let me stop. Let's go.
Growing up was fun, hit the park to see the neighbors. Grandma singing while she making that cake. I need a baker. My father said it's never goodbye. See you later. Watching Monday Night Raw. Shawn Michaels defeating Vader. Next month, a big pay-per-view. He needs to take her. Uncle Kev bust right through the door. I need a favor. He told my mom his rent is due. Said he needs some paper. So it's G-Unit mixtape right by the CD player. I press play the first song. Lloyd thinks some sweet verse. With each verse, I'm looking at my rhymes like they need work. Mom's overheard it like, did he curse? So she burst right through the door. Then I'm sure it's about to be worse. Instead, she made me search. Oh, that merchandise got some G-Unit kicks, couple tank tops and t-shirts. Practice and I rehearse. Trackless, I'm a reverse. Bars, they gon' leave birth. Star, he gon' be birthed. Heard all the records. The L's, the puns, they more effective. The J's, the B's, the X, they was more receptive. The comments, the nines, the most deaf, all perspectives. The rocks, the locks, the pops, and the law finesses. The fags, the cast, they was all great to see. And Dr. Dre always made me wanna make a beat. The Timberlands, the Diddy's, even Jermaine Dupri. And all the legends right there, they created me.
Yeah.
Storyline, straight to the point.
Mm-hmm.
Hold up, Rain. Before we even jump into this, right? Oh man. So we got 6 joints on here, right? But was there more?
Nah, it wasn't more.
Nah.
This was strategically really done.
There was one more actually.
Was it?
Yeah. We just couldn't remember. I just felt like I didn't have enough time to get the idea down right. And you were saying like the idea was fire, but I had to execute it better.
Right. It was one more.
I mean, it was one more. It was one more that I wrote.
It's still gonna come out. It's still gonna come out.
Yeah, it's still gonna come out. We probably gonna put it on the reloaded. You know what I mean? Like when we redrop. Seb, what up? Seb got beats in the building. What up, Seb?
Yeah, we got them all. Yo, listen, first and foremost, my apologies, y'all. Salute to everybody that's tapping in, man. Salute to y'all all, man. We need that. Listen, I thought I put this. I thought you know, I get a little old school with it and shit, right? I thought I pinned this motherflower, right? But I need y'all, right? Before he even break this down, let them know the site. They need to cop this, man. Support is always needed.
Yeah, so we gonna break that down too. But yeah, so this album is not on streaming platforms. It's strictly on the website DNAGMDW.com. It's $10. Everybody that's liking the music in here, go to the website, support it. You know what I mean? It's a digital download link. It directly goes to your phone. You click on files. After you do that, you can play the joints. You know what I mean? Line them up, throw them in your iTunes on your computer, play them in the car. So you know what I mean? Definitely go to the website if you like the music, support, purchase it, send a screenshot. Let me know your criticism, your favorite joint. Yeah. Right.
Oh, I love it. And like I said, man, we talk all that slick shit. We talk independent, but you know what I mean? The fear, let's break that, y'all. Create direction. It's so important to create direction. Respect your brand. With that being said, oh man, I need you to break this song down. That was a great storytelling right there, bro.
Real quick, that right there is what I'm talking. That's like the highest level of lyricism. When you're able to like, do these parables, but tell these stories at the same time, and then get to the point in less than a minute, right?
Woo!
Like, man, come on, man. Like high level, top tier lyricism, man, on all level. I don't care who you name, what rapper from what era. This is the bar. This is how it needs to be. I'm telling you, this ain't like some watered down.
Yeah, not so like when Rain was going back to like when he said the only difficult time of us working was at the beginning with the conversations. Like even aside from like doing the music that's in now, a problem that I felt like, you know what I mean, most people think when creating music, you feel like you got to sacrifice one for the other. What I mean by that is like people a lot of times will sacrifice lyricism because they're telling the story, or sacrifice the story because they're trying to be lyrical. So I feel like the best thing is when you're able to do both. When you're able to tell a story while being lyrical, while switching flow patterns, while all, you know what I mean, makes sense. So that was something that I feel like in the process of, because me and Rain, for 3 years, we've been like doing music on a high, consistent level. So in them 3 years, that's like something that I picked up learning from him, because even in his music, he does that at a very high level. Like, one is not one is not being pushed to the side for the other. And then
Right.
I feel like on that record that was like a great demonstration of that, because I felt like in What Stage of Life, like I did it backwards. Like the first song was kind of like the outro. It's like reality. That was the stage of reality, how life works. And then the last song was kind of the intro, because it was like the beginning. Like for a lot of people that are fans of me, I feel like a lot of people still didn't know, like, all right, how did DNA become in love with hip hop? Who was his first
Right.
favorite artist? How did he discover? And I feel like it's a unique story because, like I said, in the record, I became a G-Unit fan based on my uncle just coming over, asking my mom for a favor, and he had a G-Unit mixtape there, and he was selling mixtapes at the time. So I brought it off him, and then I heard Lloyd Banks, and I'm like, oh, when I used to hear hip-hop, I only used to hear, you know, like the hit records from Big or Pop. And at that level, at 11, I'm like, well, I can't do that. I ain't even go through what these guys went through to make a rhyme about a girl or make a rhyme about the streets or nothing. So I'm not going to be a rapper. And then when I heard Lloyd Banks, just nothing but punchlines, I'm like, oh, yeah, I could do this all day. All I got to do is just think about what's going on. And then from there, I heard 50, Young Buck, Tony Yayo. And then after that, you know, when I'm an 11-year-old and I'm around the old heads telling them about Lloyd Banks, they like, yeah, Lloyd Banks is fire, but he's new. You ain't never heard Jadakiss?
Right,
Like, nah,
right.
who that? You ain't never heard Fabulous? You ain't heard Mace? You ain't heard Cassidy? You ain't heard DMX, Dragon, Lord Finesse, Big Daddy Kane? Like, so then it just starts, you know what I mean, just spewing, where my hip-hop information just started becoming so broad. So I felt like that was a unique story, because I feel like most people, you know what I mean, even when I tell them that now, they like, damn, that's the first person you heard? So I'm like, you know, it's the story of going back. Like, I started at the time, and then I went back, where most times people, you know what I mean, they go back, and then they get caught up. So I felt like that just needed to be said, of like, you know what I mean, how I fell in love with hip-hop. Papers,
Well,
what up?
But think,
Well,
hey,
with,
yo,
yo, listen. Well, with this, right? It was the I ain't gonna hold you. It was the fact that you bought the CD from Uncle, right? You know the
Yeah.
storyline.
Yeah,
Your
Uncle's a
uncle came
hustler.
in for a favor, but you still bought the CD. This your uncle though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just fucking with you, but
Back.
that's
no.
fine. Shout out to Atheon. There you go.
Yo, man, we got everybody up in this motherflower, man. I applaud you and I thank you. And I think that it's imperative, man, that, you know, we tell these stories, right? But I like what Rain said. You told a story in a short, right, length of time. You got right to the point. And the beat married, right, the verse, like, wholeheartedly, man. It's hard to do that, right? But it's also hard to paint a picture lyrically for a lot. So I applaud you on that one. Now this next one, Rain. Now see, Rain, you know, I like the fact that you got on here, and if you notice, he said producer, right? He didn't he didn't go from the artist to producer. He kept to producer, right? So I know it was a challenge, right? To be like, nah, bro. I mean, you can't just give him a project without me, you know what I mean? Getting up on that. You dig what I'm saying? So with that being said, we're going to get into this next joint, right? Do You, Baby, featuring Rain. Let's go.
Let's go.
Look, my chain all chipped up, my watch on HD, my gun full clipped up, and it's all safety. You pissed off, I rip off, ain't shit all gravy. Got ticked off, the fed said that I'm in waist deep, but they don't know much though. Just know when in the streets, respect I get the utmost. If I start the up toast, then I'm running up close. My niggas is cutthroat, my bitches is cutthroat. We leave with a cutthroat, but running your mouth, nigga. I've been in the field, boy, far from my house, nigga. But work on the highway, was running the route with you. 28 grams, boy, see what I ounce with you. Boom, bada bing, shit is hotter than steam. Kiss rain and holla high to your dreams. It's not what it seems. Avengers and fiends, vengeance as the pendulum swings. Trying to remember the things that help us remember our wings. Fallen angels, going cuckoo crazy. And all I hear him screaming out is do you, baby. Do you, baby. Do you, baby. Do you. I like the way you do you, baby. Do you, baby. Do you, baby. Do you. I like the way you do you, baby. Do you, baby. Do you, baby. Do you. I like the way you do you, baby. Do you, baby. Do you, baby. You, I like the way you do you, baby.
My niggas is strapped up, my chain still shining, so go ahead and act up, cause they on time and get packed up and wrapped up if they all sliding. Can't prepare for a drive-by, I ain't the one driving. You know what, just say less. He was in the game and passed with flying colors, guess that's a great test. My bitches are spray necks, my niggas are spray necks. They strapped in they latex like they practicing safe sex. On a new Rolex, you know how I stay fresh. Appointment for the date just, but ain't no more dates left. Now I'm going way left, I move like a mobster and I move the imposters at the root of my chakra. Mikasa, Sukasa, I sip on the casa, a cup for the Blanco as I'm tongue kissing Blanca. I used to be a street fighter, that might have shocked ya. I'm off for my meds, I need to go see my doctor. Now everyone knows I got perfection with hoes. Fuck the checks and they ain't dressing, nothing left of their clothes. You know competitor, you regular, the end of the road, going cuckoo crazy. So do you, baby?
Do you, baby? Do you, baby? Do you, I like the way you do you, baby. Do you, baby? Do you, baby? Do you, I like the way you do you, baby. Do you, baby? Do you, baby? Do you, I like the way you do you, baby. Do you, baby?
So now, off of this track, right? So now we go midway, right? I see that the flow changes, right? But it's still strategic. It's still right with clarity because we hear everything. But the track itself is a little up tempo. Why did y'all go that route?
To break the monotony. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes with a soul album, you have to add something in there to kind of switch the pace. Well, really especially when you're dealing with soulful records. You know what I'm saying? You should have something in there to break it up. Like all of our favorite soul albums, if you look at the blueprint, right. Dead in the middle, you'll get Ola Ovito, like out of nowhere. Right. It just sticks out like a sore thumb, but at the same time, it gives you a chance. It's like a roller coaster ride. So, you don't want it just going straight the whole time. That'd be no fun. You know what I'm saying? Like it has to move. So that was like a good timing to switch it up, I felt like.
Now with that being said, D, were you in tune with what the producer, right, suggested at that time? Because once again, if you're in a zone, you may want to stay in that zone.
So no, right? Because I gotta be honest while I'm on there with everybody. So I always know going to do a project with Rain. This is why I like working with him, and I'll never record an album by myself because I feel like with any artist, once you get into your comfort zone, that's where you want to stay because like that's what you're good at, that's what you could do, and it could be dope. But a lot goes into making a fire album. So it's like I knew it was coming at some point in time. Like, all right, where's the record where I gotta get into a different bag. And then the crazy part is that's a 5-year-old record that he already had.
Wow.
So since we pressed for time, he pulls it up and he already got that flow with the hook on it and all that. And that's when he says, yo, yeah, when DNA be doubting himself, that's the record. After hearing his verse, yeah, just yeah, DNA, just copy the same flow I got and yeah, we about to go out to eat. I'm gonna go get dressed. I'm like, yo, I'm not doing this record right now. This nigga's one of the nicest niggas I know. One of the nicest niggas in the world rapping. I'm not gonna.
It was a setup, dude.
Nah. You know what's crazy? Rain has sacrificed his ego just to make the record dope. So it wasn't a setup. It was just he's feeling like, yo, Yo, DNA, I know DNA could do that. And me, I'm like, I can, but I know I'm gonna have to take a little second because I gotta get into, that different zone. So that's what it was. And we was there with PC, and PC like, yo, you gonna really do it? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get to it later. So I wound up doing, that was actually the second. It's funny. That verse that I did to Do You Baby was the second to last verse I recorded, and Uncle Kev's Favor was the last record I recorded. So the last we played was like actually, the last two records we did.
I want to add something to that, because that record, I just want to say this: a lot of those, like Uncle Kev, like the Uncle Kev record, I did that beat, and like I did that in Good Times Roll in maybe an hour.
Yeah,
right.
You went to go watch Power, I think.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah, that's a fact.
I go for those beats real quick, and he came into the verses to them, right?
Hold up, what was that song? Let me just tell him. That was Do You Baby.
That was Do You Baby. So the story,
DNAGMDW.com. Make sure y'all go get the album.
right? So what the point I'm trying to make is some records happen in an hour, right? There's just that fast. Find a sample, make the beat, write the rhymes. Do You Baby is a record that I've been working on for 5 years. It's not even that. It's not like I had it in the stash for 5 years. I've been actively working on it for 5 years.
Wow.
I initially had the sample, then I didn't like the drums, and maybe 6 months later I changed the drums, and then I had some strings and some pianos in there. I didn't like that. I sent it to my man. Shout out to Rick Marvel, because the pianos you hear on that version is he did those pianos. So I had to sample the drums and bass, and then I came back and changed the hook and had the girl do the hook. So when you hear the Do You Baby,
Yeah.
the females, like, that happened a year later. And then
I love the chemistry though.
right. Then when I finally gave it the DNA, then I never had a second verse on it. So I was like, oh shit, this is a perfect time to use it. Like, you know, we down to the end of the album and we need something that sounds different. So the only thing I recorded, like, was the bridge. I think I just did the bridge.
Yeah, you did the bridge and then you changed like one line.
One word. It was a word.
Yeah, one word. Yeah.
Word I pronounced wrong. Yeah.
To my peoples out there, this is why it's important, right, to break down. This is the concept behind this, the stories, right? The stories behind the songs, man. And we've been blessed to have both the producer, the artist, and then we're gonna go back to the artist, right? Because there's a 360 right here. You dig what I'm saying? There's a lot of strength in this motherfucker here. You dig what I'm saying? So on that note, we're gonna get to the next one. Professor Pound Town.
Yeah.
Yo,
you seen the video
listen.
I sent you?
Yo.
No, I'm asking Rain. Rain, you seen the video I sent you?
No.
I sent you the lyric video. It's insane.
You texted me?
All right, let's go.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I texted you.
I'm gonna check it.
Let's go.
Come lay some lovin' on me. Come lay some lovin' on me. Come lay some lovin' on me. Come lay some lovin' on me.
Said these niggas ain't shit. Well, these bitches ain't either. I don't got no faith. Can't trust that she a keeper. Some say they loyal, but most of them is cheaters. So here's some rules and some guidelines when you meet her. Let's get this out early. Never be the nigga in the DMs being thirsty. I know you all heard me. She gon' post a screenshot before you hit the G-spot. Before you do you, gotta know who's who. Too many trannies out here. Make sure that ain't a mister. If you a girl, well, we need to see some baby pictures. And for my niggas with the side chicks, pussy got you going to their crib. Where your mind went, always gonna lie. You take them to the hotel, ex-nigga pop up, that shit ain't about to go well. Get some advice, don't let him stay for the night. If you ain't guaranteed to fuck him, don't pay for the flight. If you cheat, don't be messy or be waiting for the smoke. He fucked twin sisters, had a baby by them both. And if shorty married, then no, you can't hit it. No matter how bad, no, that pussy off limits. You don't even let them kids, you just trying to touch them ribs. You ain't trying to die for what a husband is. And catfishing real, I believe it for certain. So don't fall in love till you meet him in person. These bitches gotta understand, how many of my niggas do you follow on the gram? And if it's more than 3 and that page filled with nudity, just know that pussy has been shared by the community. Wrong moves, you could really lose your life. And if you gon' trick my nigga, then do it right. Spending more cash, buying more bags. Cause tricking ain't on Uber Eats or DoorDash. Splurge a couple days, get paid a couple ways. But never talk to women if you know they underage. You don't gotta ask me, stop being flashy. Wrong bitch, wrong move, shit that get nasty. I'm just giving you some pointers in the field. The ones that say I love you be the ones that get you killed. Now think about it, and I know it's understandable. These the guidelines, you gotta follow the manual. You gotta follow it, baby. You niggas gonna be in a lot of trouble. You just out here doing whatever, man. A lot of niggas get caught up. That pussy's a powerful thing, man. Pay attention.
Pay attention, goddamn.
I'm trying to help you out, man. Good night.
Good night.
Hey. Good night.
Yo, hold up. Yo, so I'm hearing things, y'all. I'm hearing a lot there. Hold up, D. Talk to me. Tell me the storyline behind this, bro.
All right, so
there was a lot going on.
yeah, it's a lot going, but it's a lot going on in the world right now that niggas
Right.
ain't talking about. You know what I mean?
Right.
But what you call it? Like, I always try to do concept records on any project, and you know, sometimes I come up with the concept, sometimes Rain does, and you know, Rain's favorite rapper is Nas, so Nas got a song on the Nostradamus album, Nostradamus album.
I am.
Oh, I am. I'm sorry. I got it wrong. Now, I mean, Rain.
Look, he gonna
Like
correct that.
like I said, Rain. Nas is Rain's favorite rapper. Queens. I love Nas, but you know what I mean. My heart goes over to G Unit. But now I mean, it's a record on there called Dr. Knockboot, where Nas is saying the do's and don'ts. So Rain was like, "Yo, this beat kind of." You know what I mean? I kind of think you should go that direction, but, you know, the up-to-date version. Like, you don't got to make it a part 2, but just, you know, you pulling from somewhere. That's the inspiration to pull from. So I'm like, yo, that's true. And then when I just started thinking of all the things, like, you know, first thing, you know, tread the fine line. Now, instead of hollering at a girl, you know, the entry level for a conversation now is the DM. But, you know, certain niggas... You know, every day I go on Twitter and I just see niggas going ballistic. Not a, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. It's a, I lick the ice cream off your toes, or I eat your ass. Like, crazy. And then you just see the screenshot. So it's like, don't be that nigga. You feel me? And then, you know, to each his own, I got no, you know, no knock to it. If that's your thing, that's your thing. But for the people that's, you know, looking for women, be careful. You know what I mean? You slide in these DMs. This is internet freaking. You don't know who's behind that, what they got, what they don't got. We need proof. We need to see some baby pictures, some birth certificates. You know what I mean? We need shit stamped. And then, you know, like, like, I'm trying to make the record, you know, informative, drop gems, and still be, you know, put the comedic thing in there. Because I feel like that's something that I didn't add to a lot of my other projects that I did on this one. You know what I mean? Which is humor, which is always great in hip hop. That's something me and Rain talked about. Like, you know what I mean, just going into the next project. So I felt like on that record, I did that. But then on a serious note, you know, a lot of people get so caught up in wanting to be with a woman, they forget the rules. Like, if this ain't your girl, you don't know what she got going on at the crib, who she's fucking with, what person is bitter. Like, you know, it's just certain guidelines you got to follow to be safe. How many times we hear, yeah, son went to the crib, ex-nigga popped up, baby father still living with her, she lying to you. Now you even hiding in the closet under the bed, getting shot at. Worst case scenario, you die. So it's just a song about everything that's going on in the world right now. Of, you know what I mean? Like, let's put it out there.
Is
what stage of life is, right?
I ain't on the closet though. It was over.
But yo,
you better go talk to him.
But here's the but you know what's so crazy? Once again, we're dealing with the elements, right? Right. So now when you pinning, right? You have to step outside of that, right? So I like the fact that it's reality, but it's comedic as well. You dig what I'm saying? Because you listen to this shit and you like, because your man just say, yo, look, yo, dog, look at the DM. Your old boy, you know old boy hit that thing, right? Look. Yeah. You know what I mean? And this shit is reality. This shit is real.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? It's all right. It's all right. Challenge yourself. Talk about it. Because, you know, a lot of times when we start talking about reality, you know, some of, here he go with this preaching shit, dude. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's the thing of why I was like, let me not be the guy. Because, you know, it's like you come at it from the, you know, like you said, preaching professor role, man. Nobody want to hear this shit. This is what niggas is doing now. So I'm like, let me make it fun. So while you listen to it, you can still be like, yeah, that was funny, but yeah, that nigga's right, man. Tonight we gonna go to the Ramada. We not pulling up over there, or you know what I mean. Let me think twice before I do this. So you know, if that stage right there, I would call that stage. That's just like social media. That's just like what's going on right now. Like social media.
We gonna leave it alone.
World, yeah.
With that one, we gonna get into good times. Let's get these last two off.
Yeah, let's do it, bro. This Rain's favorite record on the album.
Let's go.
Magnums on the dresser, a reminder of where I was at in my life for me to find them. I never liked designer. When you wear it though, you got the floor. Spent 5 bands on 3 items at the product store. Back then, that's some money I would never spend. BET, red carpet, cleaner than I ever been. Product said no returns, I'll never be cheap. I took it back the next day. Man, I read the receipt. When I was broke, it was fuck. It's whatever to eat. Now it's at D's, so you gotta mention Philippe's. My friends on coke, but I don't think less of my brothers. Okay, I'm lying. I enjoy doing better than others. Stage of life is this. Getting money, I'm running rampant. The Cartier, Los Santos, and time stamped it. That's one for the good guys. Respect, I done took mine. We ain't here forever, so let's toast for the good times. You gotta enjoy yourself in life, man. Even in your most messed up and darkest moments. gotta make light of the situation. Some people will tell you go see a therapist, get an accountant. I say blow the whole bag, drink more liquor. Fuck it. The stage of life is this. Let's think about it. Casino mornings, how a bad day starts. I'm down 50K and forgot that I valet park. And shit, I can't make it known. Now I can't make it home. The valet guy's a fan and can't wait for no one. Too broke for shots, I can't wait at the bar. So I gave him a ticket in exchange for the car. Now I'm contemplating life. I got plans to get richer. Maxed out my credit card to be the man at a dinner. I'm back to square one. This shit is never funny. My credit dropped to 555 from 720. What stage of life is this? Is where I'm halfway responsible, but doing it all the way is damn near impossible. Wifey wants a house, so my spending it has to stop. Cactus Jack's 30K, I spent on the Travis Scotts. That's one for the good guys. Respect, I done took mine. We ain't here forever, so let's toast to the good time.
So, Rain, this is your favorite, right? But
Yeah.
D, I know some of those. Now, when you listen to this song, right, a lot of that shit occurred now, or you seen it occur. But when that motherfucker, when you had to hit the motherfucker to valet, yeah, all right, come on, baby, come on now.
Yeah. Yo, so listen, right? On this record, I feel like this record summed up the album. This was a good intro, even though it wasn't the first song, because it kind of defined what the album is. You hear me switching different stages of my life as I'm going on the record. But like, so I feel like and Rain helped with this too, but I feel like this record, the stage of this would be transparency. I feel like a lot of people nowadays in the social media era in life, they got a problem with being transparent. Like everybody wants to make it seem like how they think it's supposed to be, instead of making it seem real, making it seem authentic, what it really is. So I'm basically telling you, like, right now at 31 years old, this is the best I've ever had anything. Organization, responsibilities, you know what I mean? Musically, battle rap wise, anything you could think of, it's at the top level. And still with that, it's still like, just when you come from, and I won't use the word poverty, but when you just come from a certain background, you just, and Rain says this best all the time. He's like, yo, we the only culture that like gets excited being close to death or being close to the edge. Like that's just something that we're fixated with. So that's what the record is about. It's like at 31 years old, I know there's so many other things I could do with my money than spend it on designer. But it's like, okay, I'm going to the BET carpet. Let me give y'all the game about being smart about it. I know I shouldn't do it, but I'm going to do it. But I'm going to tell you what most people don't tell you. I'm taking this shit back.
Right.
I'm never going to wear this again. You know what I mean? I can't wear it again. Y'all see me here on the red carpet. If I wear it again, it's going to be frowned upon. So I feel like that vulnerability is like, because, you know, your average consumer, they're buying it to upkeep with what they think the high-end celebrity is doing. So, yo, yeah, they brought Givenchy or they brought Dior. Now, I'm going to buy it. But you're not knowing they got their stylists taking it back, even if they got too much ego to go do it themselves. So it's like I wanted to give you that game. Then I wanted to tell you, like, you know what I mean? Just people say you change when you get money, and it's inevitable. Like, you know, when you broke, you don't give a fuck what you eat. But now you got some money. You're not rich, but you're not fucked up either. It's like, oh, we're going to be selective where we go today. Yo, I want this. I want that. And then even the line that I said about my friends.
And you're like, entitled to it.
Yeah, I feel like it's a celebration. Like, so even with my friends, it's like, you know what I mean? People take that line in a harsh, malice way. But when I'm saying I enjoy doing better than others, it's like, you know what I mean? You can lead the horse to the water, but a lot of them don't drink it. So I got a lot of friends that I'm telling, they're watching me do these things that's brilliant. And they got their own unique talents to be brilliant as well, or be, you know what I mean, more successful than me. So I'm the type of guy, anybody that's around me, I just want you doing something. I don't care about levels. You can be higher than me. We could be on the same level. It could be lower. Just do something. Like, just don't be here as part of my entourage. Like, I'm not that guy. I don't want a nigga just hanging around.
No, I get it.
So I try to give everybody that motivation, but people don't take it. So then after a while, it's like, you got to pat yourself on the back. Well, shit, if I'm providing all this information and I'm the only one that's taking these resources to go to the next level, then let me pat myself on the back and then enjoy that. I guess everybody can't do this. Because in my mind, I think, you know, you give somebody a blueprint, you lead them the steps to do it, they follow it, and then, you know, they become successful as well. But when I'm seeing how hard it is, it's like, well then maybe it's a celebration that I'm doing better. So that's what that line
Hold
is.
up,
And then
D.
the valet shit, yeah, it's been I don't gamble no more, but you know what I mean? It got drastic
That
a few
part.
times.
Yo, that part. With that being said, we got one more to go. 9 o'clock, on that 10 o'clock, they be acting funny style. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
let me get this last one in, y'all. Please.
Got you.
Forgotten.
It's
Woo!
my favorite one.
Yeah.
Forgotten man, he got a plan. The pot and pan felt like a young Tim Hardaway with the rock in hand. OGs acknowledged it, so the path he followed it. Like Flash performed, but it's nothing he got out of it. Turned to a dope boy, really wanted a doctorate. Stress levels high, so his blood pressure is moderate. Met this young boy on a bad path with a scholarship vicariously. Living through him, he wants the opposite. Used to move that weed, trying to stretch that money. This is back when Knicks mattered. Jeff Van Gundy. Then he moved to Perico. Feds rushing the peephole. Wanna be paid in full until you're dealing with the Rico. Young boy out on the corner, he wants a future. Hey. And the old forgotten man left his behind. On government assistance, so don't ask me where my house at. Bumblebee tuna, but had dreams of the outback. We ain't even have enough cheese to spare for the mousetrap. Tried to go to school, but the streets had no route that. Don't start, no, I'm sharp, got smart tactics. Future in the track, but it should have been March Madness. Tried to hit the books, the league, to get the look. But some niggas turned to LeBron or Lenny Cook. Young boy out on the corner, he wants a future. And the old forgotten man left his behind. But that's the way out.
Hey, listen.
Ooh, that's spoke to me.
Hey, boy, you better not put the last of that cheese on that mouse trap.
Right. That part.
Hey, look, that mouse, that mouse ain't bothering you. You better not put the last.
Man.
Yeah.
Yo, you need to break that down before this shit close out. Talk to us, man.
All right, nah. So on Forgotten Man, like that's also another gem I picked up with Rain is just being descriptive. Like I feel like I had the scheming down pat, the word association, the punchlines, but just telling that story and making it impactful where just the description feel like a punchline. So it's like I never went through that, but I just know people upbringing that did that. I wanted to bring that out. Government assistance, don't know where my house at. Bumblebee tuna, but had dreams of the Outback. I don't even want to use a high-end restaurant. I want to tell you it's
Right.
that fucked up. Outback is like Roof Chris. You know what I mean? Because it's Bumblebee tuna. We ain't even have enough cheese to spare for the mouse trap. It's that fucked up. Like the mouse is hanging out. Niggas need this for the turkey and ham sandwich. Like, and then the concept is just Rain going so crazy, choosing that part with the sample as the hook. I just wanted to give both sides, you know, a forgotten man, because, you know, in the streets, you only as good as what you're doing. So the moment you stop selling drugs, the moment you stop being that guy, you forgotten. Now it's on to the next person. And then it was just him telling his story of how things went wrong for him, and he saw the future with this young boy. And then, you know, in the Cinderella story, the young boy goes to college, and he becomes the NBA player and lives his dream through the man. But I'm like, nah, I don't want to tell that story. I want to tell the story of it's so fucked up that if you in these same conditions and dealing with these same adversities in this neighborhood, the same thing happened. He tried to go to the league, but you know what I mean? It's just the streets, the product of his environment overtook it. So then I spoke as the young boy on the corner that had a future, but you know what I mean? It's just the circumstances around him didn't allow him to make it out of there either. So that's
now Wayne, when you introduced this to him,
immediately he liked it immediately.
For real?
Yeah, that was one that was like, and I sent that beat to a lot of people. I had that beat for a minute.
I did that shit in 20 minutes, bro.
Yeah, he did that, man. And I wasn't sure, and I felt like he was like at first, like when I first gave it to him, he's like, oh, I'm about to write to this now. Sometimes I feel like he I felt like that was one of those records that he was like attacking too fast. I wasn't got it, and that's why I said like sometimes, you know, sometimes I have to remind him who he is, because that was one of them times where I kind of doubted it. I'm like, does he even did he listen to the sample? Because writing so fast, I'm like, did you even hear it? Like, are you zoned into it yet?
Yeah.
That shit right out the park.
But when he did it, you
For
said,
me,
yeah,
I
he
took it crazy.
understood. He understood.
As soon as I heard him, like, yeah, crazy.
Job well done. Job well done.
I'm extremely happy with every record on that.
With this, are we getting a video or two from this project?
Hopefully, to everyone.
I just sent them 2 videos. The one to Anywhere the Wind Blows is done, and then we got a lyric video to Professor Pound Town. I already shot the video for Uncle Kev's Favor, and I shot the video to this record, Forgotten Man. So they getting edited, and we're gonna do Good Times Roll, and then me and Rain about to link up again and do You Baby. Yeah, we're gonna do a video to all of them. I'm gonna drop one tomorrow.
Let's continue to paint this picture. Please, please let the world know how could they get this album, because they've been asking.
Yeah, I'm putting it in the chat right now. DNAGMDW.com. Go to the website right now.
Hit the link in the bio. Hit
Yeah.
the link in the bio. That's the easiest way. If you're confused and you can go to my page, you go to his page, it's there.
Click the link in the bio. Go get the album right now. What Stage of Life Is This? $10. DNAGMDW.com. Now, I mean, I for 48 hours, I surprised myself. Like, I really loved. It's kind of one of my favorite projects for myself right now. So yeah.
And with that being said, right?
Listening to it since we finished it.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
And with that being said, right?
Bye.
Give them some other business ventures before we move out, man. Before we fall out. Talk to us. Other business ventures you got going on.
Oh, Rain project is out. Yeah, Rain. My clothing line also on DNAGMDW.com. I got my clothing line: windbreakers, jackets, bomber jackets, hoodie, sweatsuits, ski masks, t-shirts. All that's on the site too. Rain just dropped his album, What Would Jesus Say? The New Testament. That's on all streaming platforms. It came out in August, so y'all gotta go tap in with that.
Come on, Ray.
Yeah, you gotta do the review for that. Come on.
What Would Jesus Say is on all streaming platforms. You know, and I got the merch link in my bio for the What Would
Come on, I keep my ears to the ground, Ray. How did I not know this?
I don't know how that got past you, but
and he dropped a crazy video too, man. Y'all gotta go see that too.
Got a visual out, and I'm dropping another one next week.
Ray, listen. You know, as soon as I get off this motherflower, I'm gonna have massive DMs to follow up to, right? But I need you to send me the link. We doing it live, man. Come on, I salute y'all. I thank y'all for continually contributing to the culture of hip hop.
I appreciate it, man. It was fun. You know what I mean? Because it's always one thing to go live with yourself. You know what I mean? And it start feeling weird. You up there talking to yourself. But when you get on here, you know what I mean? Me and Rain always got good conversations on and off camera. And you definitely somebody with a lot of intellect and insight. So, you know what I mean? This was definitely dope.
Yo, I thank y'all for welcoming me into y'all world.
Big bro been supporting since day one, so shout out to you, man, for even like for still having your ear to the streets, still supporting the raw talent. You know, I always appreciate that about you, man. So thank you.
I love it, man. With that being said, I appreciate y'all. Have a great night.
Yeah, you too.